Parker looked into the fierce culture wars that have been playing out at Amherst Regional Middle School in Massachusetts. And man, has it been a nightmare. So it's tearing teachers, administrators, students, and parents apart. And it really has to do with identitarianism and which group in the hierarchy should be cared for the most.
Yeah.
And of course, that leads to conflict. So here's a little background about the school itself. Just over 12% of the city's residents are Black or Hispanic. About 70% are white, and roughly 13% are Asian. So those are the demographics in that area, in that school district.
Yeah.
But the public school district is more racially diverse than the wider community. About a quarter of students are Black or Hispanic, in part because of the number of white and Asian families that opt for private or charter schools. So the white and Asian students are going to private or charter schools. They're focusing on academics. Then you look at this public school, and they're riddled with culture war nonsense. Okay? And because of that culture war nonsense, you have various groups basically at war with one another because their interests are in conflict with one another.
Crazy.
So, and I should note that this is a very liberal area of the country.
Yeah.
And so, go ahead, Jake.
There's identity politics that is played on the left. And this story is a really interesting intersection where those identity politics clash.
Yes.
And then people don't know what to do because they're making decisions not based on logic or facts, but based on identity. And that's what gets the absurdity of sometimes the extreme left and what is it as a result.
Radical.
Unfortunately, this is an excellent example of it.
So around 2014, a gentleman by the name of Michael Morris became assistant superintendent, and he decided to introduce a new administrative role at this school, okay? The assistant superintendent of diversity, equity, and human resources. So in 2017, he ends up hiring a woman by the name of Doreen Cunningham, who is Black, for the role. Under Cunningham, Amherst instituted a two-step hiring process that was actually meant to increase diversity among workers at this middle school. Okay, that was the whole point. It was like a double-blind hiring process. One committee would choose candidates and another asked the applicants a uniform set of questions. Resumes were not reviewed ahead of time as part of this hiring process. And the two committees did not communicate with one another about the applicants that they were reviewing and considering for positions within the school. Now, to Cunningham's credit, this did in fact increase diversity within the school. So Cunningham said that she trained everyone. Anyone who was going to be part of the committees was trained to look at their bias. Multiple district employees told me that Cunningham often screened the candidates herself, though, and made final decisions, even overruling principals at times. She denied this, saying, quote, "I'm not the one who hired anyone."
No, the rest of the article seems to indicate she was the one that hired anyone. So you have your first absurdity here, where she says, I'm going to train all of you guys because I don't want you to have any bias. We want these hiring decisions to be perfect. They go through the whole training, and then she's like, yeah, ignore that. I'm just hiring them. Go, you. I like you guys. Come on.
Yeah. No, it's...
Come on.
Now, by 2023, the percentage of minority staffers at Amherst District went from 20% to 34%. So there was an increase in diversity. It's just that it appears that she hired some of her friends.
Of course!
And her friends had certain culture war biases that conflicted with certain identities represented within the student body.
Yeah. Look, it's one thing if you're going to do DEI, and we've got our issues with the way some of that is implemented. It's another thing when you say you're going to do DEI, and then you just hire your friends. Okay?
Right.
And then that makes everyone hate DEI 10,000 times more. Okay, so there's a layers of problems in this story. Go.
Also,
not just because she hired her friends, but also because she did it. She hired them because of their races. Crazy, bro. Crazy. No. Race should not be a factor. It should not matter what race a soul is. The only thing that matters, that matters, that matters is merit, meritocracy, meritoriousness. That is it. Merit is the only thing that matters, and the only thing that should matter. The the other stuff. Yeah. The other things should not matter. Only skill, talent, ability. Uh, yeah. The ability to get the job done. That is the only thing that matters. Not race, not sexuality, not sex, not religion, not any of those things. Merit.
Your friends. Okay, and then that makes everyone hate DEI 10,000 times
Do
more.
not put
Okay, so
wokeness
there's
above
layers of problems in this story. Go.
Also, I should
merit.
note that many of the new hires who happen to be,
But that
a more
is what the wokies do. They put wokeness above merit.
Look,
That
it's one thing if
leads
you're going to do DEI,
to-
and we've got
to
our
more
issues with the way some of that is
hate,
implemented.
more bigotry, because the people, the non-minority people will think that you got the job because of your race, not because of the ability that you bring to the table. You can be the most qualified, You can be the most qualified, but if you, bro. You just focus on merit. Focus on solely merit. That is it.
certain identities represented within